WJRC3 Channel 3 now begins its broadcasting day. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Rocknar's LolCow Ranch. How are you this morning? Let me get the Google up here. How are you doing today? Hey, you guys want to watch a cartoon before we get started? I got a cartoon for you guys. I'm gonna watch a cartoon. How about that? Yeah, I'm actually going to put it in landscape mode for this. And let me turn something else off here for that. Okay, so resize that just a tad. And we're gonna watch a cartoon. How about that? Okay. Yeah, because I got a cartoon for you guys. Can you guys read Korean? Because I can't. Oop, wait a minute. Let me fix that. It should be doing that. Match otherwise. There we go. There we go. Okay, now we're going to watch a cartoon. Haven't seen this before. Resize.
이제는 생파다.
넌 또 학습반에도 오지 않고 혼자서 군사놀이를 하니? 뭐도 얼마나 찾아다니는지 몰라.
야, 참, 다 생파한 걸 너 때문에 놓쳤어.
너 오늘도 공부 시간에 보니까 선생님의 설명은 안 듣고 미국 놈 대가리만 그리더구나. 성파라, 너 수학 각 그리기 숙제 안 했지? 오늘 처음 배운 건데 우리 함께 숙제 공부하자. 어?
걱정도 많다. 분독에 10도, 20도 다 쏘이는데 범인 뻔한 걸 가지고 뭘 그래?
서파라, 숙제부터 하고 동무들과 함께 놀자.
걱정도 많다. 혼자 다 한데도.
That's a very nice American-style home that they have in North Korea.
이거 분도기가 꽤나 복잡한데 똑같은 숫자가 오른쪽에도 있고 왼쪽에도 있고 우도 아래도 이래 모르겠다. 미국 남잡이라면 문제 없겠는데. 꽝
He's sleepy. And now those endearing young charms. Dun 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 dun.
지금 몬스놈들이 바다로 기어들고 있습니다. 한 놈도 남김없이 선일합시다. 알았습니다. 자기 포인트는 전투 준비. 분덕이를 포신각 30도에 맞추고 보고할 것. 예? 응? 야, 이거 숙제 문제에 나왔던 각이라구나. 야, 이걸 어떻게 맞춘다? 1번 분덕이 설치 끝! 3번 분덕이 설치 끝! 4번 분덕이 설치 끝! 5번 분덕이 설치 끝! 이름 모르겠다. 1번 분덕이 설치 끝! 사격 준비! 목표! 전방에 나타난 적 함선! 1포 적함선 1, 2번! 포신각 41도 쏴! 2포 적함선 3번, 4번! 포신각 42도 쏴! 3포 적함선 5번, 6번! 포신각 43도 쏴! 4포 적함선 7번, 8번! 포신각 44도 쏴! 5포 적함선 2번, 10번!
Have some number 2 pencils for your standardized forms, U.S. forces.
나은 성분을 손을 어울려 배움에 넓게 달려나가자. 둘째도 학습 둘째도 학습 무서운 포지로 절급해 가자. 음식을 튼튼히 가져 나갈 때 우리의 희망도 활짝 꽃피리. 둘째도 학습 둘째도 학습 배우는 용예를 떨쳐나가자. 재우는 용예를 떨쳐나가자. 이게 어떻게 된 거야? 1포! 포신각 40도! 쏴! 이번에야 맞았지? 석팔이 또 헛방이다! 석팔이! 포신각을 똑똑히 맞추라! 구령대로! 똑똑히 맞추라! 구령대로! 포신각 똑똑히 맞췄다! 구령을 똑똑히 치라! 포신각 39도! 쏴! 석팔이! 또 헛방이다, 헛방! 분덕이 눈금을 똑똑히 보라! 분덕이 눈금 똑똑히 본다! 치, 내가 뭐 소경인 줄 아니? 포신각 38도! 쏴! 헛방! 석팔이 사격 중지! 중지! 포신각 기둥목을 쏴서 맞추면 될 거 아니야? 사격 중지! 헛방 맞추는 일이 위치가 드러났다! 빨리 포인트를 얻는 것! 위험하다! 놈들이 쓰러드는데 맞받아 쏴야지! 이놈들이... 위험하다. 3포 동철이 거진지를 이동하고 1포 석파리를 지우는 것. 알았습니다. 아니, 석파라, 석파라, 정신 차려. 응? 석파라, 석파라, 석파라. 응? 이야. 석파라. 볼사다! 준대야, 들어와. 난 아직 숙제 공부를 다 못했어. 이야, 이자 글쎄 깜빡 잠들었대는데 꿈속에서 정말 혼났어. 무슨 꿈을 꿨니? 미국 놈 군함이 쳐들었는데 분덕이를 잘 맞추지 못해서 헛방만 쏘고. 분덕이를 어떻게 맞췄대니? 이렇게 맞췄지?
차, 분동이를 중심에 놓고 포신각을 맞춰야지. 그렇게 했으니까 헛방만 써지.
이야, 내가 그걸 몰랐댔구나. 각 공부를 잘했더라면 멋있게 명중했을걸. 공부 시간에 선생님의 말씀도 잘 듣고 숙제도 잘해야 훌륭한 인민군대가 될 수 있다는 것을 똑똑히 깨달았어.
That was fun. That was fun. So let's okay, so let me make sure that I'm not killing my thing here. So we're gonna go to the portrait mode now because I'm gonna load up some I think Jimmy did a video first. So we'll take a look at that.
So apparently Adonis Paul claims that he has a video clip of me saying I was stalking my former friend 2 years before I friend requested her on Facebook.
No, actually it's me, Jimmy. I have that clip. It's in my channel. Okay, Jimmy? I have the clip. It's in the playlist for my channel for the LolCow Ranch. Okay? It's somewhere. It's going to be a scavenger hunt. It's a mad world now, and we're all in search of the big W. Okay? And the big W is the big win. When we get that big win on you with that clip, and we send it to Adonis Paul.
Now, let me explain this. That would be impossible because I didn't even know what Facebook was at the time or even social media except for LinkedIn.
Facebook has been around for 20 years, dude. I call bullshit on that one.
The whole reason I made my Facebook account was because a friend of mine, or I should say a former friend of mine because we haven't talked in a while, I don't want to make the same assumption that I did with Eliana, but my former friend, Maria Konovalenko, who is a PhD in biology, at the time was working at the Buck Institute on Aging and was doing research in gerontology, and I was linked in with her on LinkedIn. And I asked her what I could do to help her, and she explained to me that I could make a Facebook account and share her research, which I did. I didn't know that Eliana even existed 2 years before I knew about her. Like, 2 years before she was 19, I had no clue she existed. I didn't even know she was 19 when I found out she existed. As I said, I thought she was 20. Now, how did I find out that she existed? Now, people might not understand this. I had another friend that was confused like Eliana was, that was of Mexican descent. And Eliana came to her defense in a nationalist group that was full of white supremacist Trumpers. And I had thanked Eliana for coming to the young lady's defense. And after that, I looked at Eliana's Facebook profile. I'm not going to lie, this was at the earliest 2016. I think it was 2017. It might have been somewhere around there. And I liked what I saw on Eliana's profile, so I friend requested her. Or actually, no, I didn't initially friend request her. At the time, you could message people without friend requesting them on Facebook. You didn't have to friend request them at the time. You could just message them. Facebook later changed that, I believe. And that's when Miss Morales explained to me she was open to talking to me somewhat. And then when I friend requested
Somewhat, Jimmy. Keyword is there, somewhat. Okay?
her, that was when she told me she was autistic. Okay?
She never told you she was autistic, dude. You made that up. Okay?
I friend requested her, and she turned me down for my friend request, and I asked her why, and her excuse was, and I quote, "I can't even talk to you in real life, so just leave me alone." And I said, "Well, why?" And
let's take a look at what she said. I can't even talk to you in real life, just leave me alone. Okay? She's saying She doesn't want you sending messages to her all the time so that she doesn't have a notification going off on her phone every 3 seconds. You're like that fucking commercial that Adonis Paul plays mid-show. LOL. That's LAAAMMMEEEE. You're like that phone, dude. You're exactly like that phone, okay? You're bugging the shit out of Eliana. She doesn't want to be friends with someone on a phone. She wants to be friends with someone in real life, and you could never provide that for her with your creepiness and the distance, okay? Distance alone would have, precluded any kind of relationship. The creepiness guaranteed that you were never going to be in any kind of relationship with her. By the way, shout out to the Tardanomicon for, throwing a comment on this channel, because I am going through the Tardanomicon playlist to try to find that one clip, because I know that they have it too.
She responded, because I have autism. And I told her I don't care. And then I explained, well, you talk very, very well, over the messaging app here. And she said, that's because it's online, not in person. Okay? They were her words. Now, the only reason I'm bringing this up is you people keep harassing me with her.
Hang on, Jeff. I'm sorry. I forgot to turn on the screen sharing for the Discord. I apologize. How you doing, Jeff?
No worries.
Good morning or good afternoon for where you're at.
No, good afternoon.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm what an interesting video, Jimmy.
You keep harassing me with her. Okay? I'm not doing this to hurt her in any way. That's what she said. Now, a little while later, a few hours later, she did eventually accept my friend request because she and I liked each other, at least as friends at the time. And then a few hours later, no, maybe a couple days later, was the conversation where she encouraged me to break up with my then girlfriend, who I didn't immediately break up with, but she wanted me to break up with my then girlfriend and to begin a relationship with her. These are all truthful statements. Okay?
I'll take none of that shit ever happened for 400, Alex. I call total bullshit
that's
on.
all complete and utter bullshit, apart from the fact that he concocted the idea of breaking up with his girlfriend, if he had one, with the hopes of getting with Eliana.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the only component of this that was true, was that he was going to break up with his then girlfriend at the time in Pennsylvania. So
That's assuming he had one. But he did say something that was a little bit interesting a little while ago. And
do you want me to back it up? Get rough time frame.
Maybe 2 minutes to a minute ago, and
I'll tell you what. I'll go.
I forget exactly what it was he just said, but immediately after that's what she said.
Okay.
And it was
I'll go back to like 1 minute.
Said.
I'll go back to like 1 minute, and we'll just start from there, because I'm going to do some little work in the background here, but I'll let it go for a minute. You just shout out when you need it paused.
2 years before I knew about her, like 2 years before she was 19, I had no clue she existed. I didn't even know she was 19 when I found out she existed. As I said, I thought she was 20. Now, how did I find out that she existed? Now, people might not understand this. I had another friend that was confused like Eliana was, that was of Mexican descent.
Yeah, it was after this.
And Eliana came to her defense in a nationalist group that was full of white supremacist Trumpers. And I had thanked Eliana for coming to the young lady's defense. And after that, I looked at Eliana's Facebook profile. I'm not going to lie, this was at the earliest 2016. I think it was 2017. It might have been somewhere around there. And I liked what I saw on Eliana's profile, so I friend requested her. Or actually, no, I didn't initially friend request her. At the time, you could message people without friend requesting them on Facebook. You didn't have to friend request them at the time. You could just message them. Facebook later changed that, I believe. And that's when Miss Morales explained to me, she was open to talking to me somewhat. And then when I friend requested her, that was when she told me she was autistic. Okay. I friend requested her, and she turned me down for my friend request, and I asked her why, and her excuse was, and I quote, "I can't even talk to you in real life, so just leave me alone." And I said, "Well, why?" And she responded, "Because I have autism." And I told her I don't care. And then I explained, "Well, you talk very, very well, over the messaging app here." And she said, "That's because it's online, not in person." Okay? They were her words. Now the only reason I'm bringing this up is you people keep harassing me with her. You keep harassing me with her. Okay? I'm not doing this to hurt her in any way. That's what she said. Now, a little while later, a few hours later, she
Okay,
did.
right. So he says that he's not doing that to harass her,
Mm-hmm.
but that's what she says.
Yeah.
Like, what exactly did she say there?
James lives in such a unique mind that it's like the
Like,
Winchester House in California. Do you know the legend of the Winchester House?
I don't, but all I heard was him babbling on a load of bullshit for like 2 or 3 minutes and
Right.
just ending it with, "At least that's what she said."
Yeah. Well, okay.
And it's just like, well, no, she didn't say any of that shit, James. You're just full of shit.
So the Winchester House out in California was owned by Mary Winchester. She was heir to the gun industry Winchester family, and she believed that the people that were being killed by her family's line of products were going to come back as ghosts and haunt her in the afterlife. So she built this crazy house that was just like, and she just kept building it and building it right up until the day she died. She's still building on this crazy house and has like all kinds of rooms. Some rooms it has stairs that connect to nowhere. It's a house basically to, keep the ghosts confused in her mind. That's James's
Yeah.
thinking right now. He's built up this Winchester house inside of him that, it's him and Eliana, and every room that he creates is a new addition to this house that he's building for him and Eliana. It's a crazy house. It's got stairs that lead up to nowhere. It's got a basement that's unfinished and it's going to leak all to hell. It's James, his thinking is just all over the place. He doesn't understand love because, like AP said last night, dude is permanently stuck at 13 years old since he watched his dad commit suicide.
I mean, that'd make sense for how he behaves,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still no fucking excuse for it.
I think that,
Like, he needs to, well, I was gonna say he needs to get therapy, but he's got therapy.
mm-hmm,
So that fucking null and voids any fucking excuse that he could spew out for why he behaves the way he does,
yeah.
or any excuse that anyone could make for him, including his dad's suicide. It's just like, no, like you've had therapy, you should be dealing or have dealt with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, stop being like a petulant child and a stalker.
James, I'm
Like,
gonna show you something here really quickly. I'm gonna show you the Pennsylvania forms that are required to have your little sanctioned match.
and
Okay?
it's, it's not even like he's even seen just like one person. He's been to like 3 different mental health centers.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I've looked at the different ones you've been to, James, because you were stupid enough to leave Google reviews on the ones that you didn't like.
Right away, right on this first form that they're gonna ask you. Have you ever been arrested for violating the laws of Pennsylvania or any other state? And then, if yes, state where and give details. You're going to have to be truthful to this, Jimmy, because they are going to do a background check on James Robert Clark III. Okay? And if you lie on this form, that's it. You're never going to get your sanctioned fight. Okay? I'm not giving you this fucking out. This is not how you're going to be Tonka Saw 2.0. But you are going to have to be truthful in this form. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that they won't grant you the license, but you have to be truthful in this form if you want to have this sanctioned match like you do. Okay. Are you currently licensed by any other athletic commission? Okay, so Sam's going to fill
That's
this.
big fat no.
Yeah, Sam's going to fill this one out too because he wants this match with you, Jimmy. He really wants to fight you. He will travel up to Pennsylvania and fill out these forms just to get you in the ring. Okay? Are you under any type of boxer management contract? Okay, so do you have any type of personal service contract? Jimmy, you're going to have to learn a lot of these things here, and you can't just half-ass this. This is something you cannot be 13 years old on. HIV, hepatitis B/C test. So you're going to have to take a blood test, Jimmy, to prove that you don't have any blood-borne illnesses. Athletics Commission, HIP, hepatitis B/C regulations. The Pennsylvania State Athletic Commission will not accept this application unless it is accompanied by a negative HIV, hepatitis B, surface antigen, and hepatitis C tests. These tests must have been completed within 6 months of the date of this application. So basically, you have to get your blood work in now, Jimmy. If you really want this fight, get your fucking blood work in. Because it's going to take you a month to schedule the blood work anyway. Okay? If you haven't got the blood work scheduled, you're not getting your fight in April. Trust me on this. Athletic Commission drug abuse regulations. Okay, so Sam's gonna hold off on this because he really wants this fight. But that's gonna make him all the more fiercer. That's gonna make him all the more wanting to kick your ass, Jimmy, because you're depriving him right now of the one thing that gives him pleasure. Okay, Athletic Commission drug abuse regulations. Pennsylvania State Athletic Commission may require each boxer to submit to a drug screening test through urine analysis. If any boxer is detected to have used drugs and this is confirmed by a second drug test, the findings will be reviewed by the commission for determination of sanctions. Note, refusal of a drug test will result in a suspension. Jimmy, if you have anything in your blood that's going to throw off this, you got to tell him. You got to tell him now. Boxers are covered by insurance while competing in the state. Ask the commission for further details. These are the forms you're going to have to fill out, Jimmy. I hope you're ready. All right.
Yep.
So let me go back to the VLC here.
Blood test, piss test.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's gonna have to do all this. Sam's gonna do all this too. He's done all this before. He's had to hold back on the weed just to fight here in Colorado, but he's fought. He's got the nuts to stand in the ring like he does. So
eventually accept my friend request because she and I liked each other, at least as friends at the time. And then a few hours later, no, maybe a couple days later, was the conversation where she encouraged me to break up with my then girlfriend, who I didn't immediately break up with, but she wanted me to break up with my then girlfriend and to begin a relationship with her. These are all truthful statements. Okay? I have evidence of a lot of the things I'm saying. Not everything, because at first I actually trusted Eliana, which was the biggest mistake of my life. Now, another reason it would be impossible for me to be interested in Miss Morales 2 years prior to me meeting her on Facebook was because I was vehemently racist against people that looked like her. Understand? People know that I was a racist, right? Am I correct? People know I was a racist. Well, before I met the young lady that I met before Eliana, who was Hispanic, or a mestiza to be exact, that was being bullied by Trump supporters, I started realizing, a lot of these Hispanics are more fascistic than a lot of these whites. And the young lady that I met prior to meeting Eliana actually helped me to understand, there are a lot of dedicated fascists in Latin America, like Miss Morales was at one time. Okay, she had whole pages and groups and everything that were hers dedicated to promoting fascism.
I don't buy that for one fucking minute, Jimmy. Nope, I don't buy it.
I mean, she might have been a member of groups, like right-wing groups, but she was also member of commie left-wing groups, and she used to troll the shit out of all the groups that she was a member of.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
I can buy that she was a member of groups, but if she was, it was to troll them. Like,
exactly.
Jimmy, you are as thick as two short planks.
Jimmy doesn't understand the concept of trolling because he seems to think that if you're a member of a group that you automatically align yourself with the policies of that group. Jimmy, I've been part of many groups on Facebook, and I just remain neutral, and I just sit back, and all I have to do is just watch, and after a while my silence, everybody considers me to be the smartest fucking person in the room eventually because I know when to keep my fucking mouth shut usually. But Jimmy, you don't understand the idea that, of observation. Doesn't mean that Eliana being part of that group doesn't mean that she aligns herself with the politics of that group. She could be in there just looking for a single man. She could be in there as part of like a police undercover investigation. She could be like, gathering information for something. Who knows? Jimmy, who the fuck cares why Eliana was in these groups? Okay? You're just grasping at straws again here, Jimmy.
Could have been literally looking for ammunition to use to troll them and trigger them.
Yep,
Like,
exactly.
there's dozens of reasons, that even exclude being aligned with the groups.
Yep. So I'm gonna play the video.
Okay, they were hers. But at the time, if you're saying that I was going to go after her when she was 17, which was 2 years prior to me even knowing she existed, it wouldn't have been
James,
possible because
no one apart from you said that you were going to go after her when she was 17.
Mm-hmm.
You said that you knew of her and had been watching her 2 years before you made contact with her.
That's
And you've
right.
also pointed out that you first contacted her when she was 19.
And you've also made it very clear in your videos, Jimmy, that the age of consent in Argentina is 16. Well, dude, we looked it up. It's actually 18. Okay? So age of consent is 18. I want to make absolutely goddamn sure of that, so you're not out here spouting your fucking bullshit. So, age of consent, Argentina, 18. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put this up here on the screen just so that you fucking understand. This is Google. This is Google telling you here, Jimmy. You're playing with fire when you're saying that, oh, age of consent is 16. No, it isn't. It's 18. And if you're going down there specifically for the purposes of looking for just those barely legal, they're not even going to let you in the fucking country, dude. That's called sex tourism. They're going to fucking kick your ass out, assuming that they don't put you in jail first for this. So, Jimmy's so fucking stupid sometimes it pisses me off.
Sometimes, you mean all the time.
All the time. Yeah, sometimes is all the time, unfortunately. So
I would have considered her not. I wouldn't have gone after her because I only was interested in white women. And at the time, I was actually in a good relationship with my then girlfriend. Okay? So I wouldn't have gone after Miss Morales 2 years prior
Oh, the one
to
who
knowing she.
conveniently died
do what
and
now?
then came back and then died.
I'm sorry. Go back. What was that, Jim? I'm
Uh,
sorry.
Oh, I was just
Jeff.
being facetious to his video and being like,
Ah.
oh, the one that conveniently died was
God.
revived just to die.
James, what was it like when your dad killed himself in front of you? That has to be like, just you have to be replaying that moment over and over and over, over and over and over. Yeah.
Here's a question for James. If he's such a racist, why is he even bothering to go to Argentina? Like, surely he sees it as an inferior country.
That's a good point. That is a good point. And
Like,
he keeps
the only reason I can actually see for him going to Argentina is for Eliana. Like, if he's such a racist, he wouldn't be going there. And if he's not going to go there to see Eliana, well, he wouldn't be buying Eliana gifts for when he goes down there.
Yeah. And he's making a lot of wild assumptions that any potential girlfriend that would be interested in him in Argentina is going to automatically accept a satanic cross. That's a huge stretch there, Jimmy. But okay.
She existed. Okay, I didn't know she existed prior to meeting her on Facebook at the age of 19 or 20. Now, I do know from a lot of these doctored videos, there's a lot of things they can do with the videos to make it look like the guy from like I'm Scarface or I'm this or I'm that.
James, I've applied no filters whatsoever to your videos, and I've applied no Photoshop or anything. The only thing I do is I download the video off of YouTube onto my hard drive so that I have it saved for airtime. Then I play it in the VLC player on the Streamlabs OBS. And all I have to do is just start the video and stop the video, just like I've done right now.
Oh, you know what, Randall? Let me show you a picture of AP that James has never seen, and you mustn't put it on stream.
No, I'm not. Don't send it to me.
No.
Are you sending it in the Discord?
No, I'll send it to you. It'll be absolutely hilarious.
Okay.
Hang on, let me find it.
Yeah. Yeah, just throw it. Throw it to me in a private message on Discord. So I'm gonna go back to the video.
And they can dub my voice in and things like that. I know all about this, which is ridiculous. But the thing is, you have to understand, prior to meeting Eliana, I looked much younger because I didn't have the stress of knowing Eliana prior to knowing Eliana. Okay? So you have to understand that too. But I also noticed the lies. So this fake boyfriend of hers tells me she'll be leaving her country within hours, right? And go to Canada, right? Now, I knew it wasn't Niagara Falls because they're dressed.
Niagara Falls. Slowly I turned, step by step, inch by inch, and I said, "Hey, Jimmy, how you doing? I see your videos all the time on YouTube."
In next to nothing, okay, at Niagara Falls in the winter. I've been to Canada a few times in my life, okay? So I know what Canada looks like. That doesn't look like Canada, and that doesn't look at all like Niagara Falls. Okay? Like I said, I've been to Canada more than a couple times in my life. Okay? Then you have, which I guess they realized, I'm assuming other people called out the fact, why are you dressed for summer at Niagara and in Niagara, Canada? You would freeze to death. And then there's another boat.
Jimmy, did it not occur to you that the video that I had before on my live streams with Eliana and Daniel in front of the waterfall at Niagara Falls was from the fucking summertime? Did it not occur to you that that was a summertime video, Jimmy? Jesus.
That makes too much sense.
Yeah. Jimmy, how could it be winter? How could it be a bright, clear blue day with the clouds in the sky? How could Eliana and Daniel be sweating in swim trunks and bikinis, Jimmy? How could they be sweating in the middle of winter? Okay? They can't, because it was summertime. Because that video that I played on my stream was from 6 months ago, Jimmy.
Ride that they were on.
There you go. I just sent you that picture.
Yeah. I can put it back up here, but that will take a little work here.
Yeah.
But I wanted to kind of have the cartoon, of AP and Royce and Virgie, just all training because we're just going to keep on training, even though we're not going to fight you, we're just going to keep on training.
And it's clearly not any river in Canada because no river looks that gross in Canada. To be quite honest, I don't mean to be mean, but no river in Canada looks that filthy. Like I said, I've been to Canada. Okay, that was clearly, and you can see the South American style homes and things. It was clearly a South American river in which she posts summer days. Now, I think what happened is she got caught not being in Canada and adjusted and just admitted to being in Argentina. But yet another lie. Oh, she'll be leaving Argentina to go to Canada within hours. She never left Argentina. I'm not an idiot. In closing, what I want people to know, I have no animosity toward her.
In closing, his 4-minute closing, this normally when he would close a video, he would just go ranting for like 20-30 seconds and say that's all for this video. He goes on for 4 fucking more minutes in this. Jesus, Jimmy, what do you got to say for 4 minutes?
I don't care what she does with her life.
Of course.
All I want is for her to leave me the hell alone when I get there.
Jimmy, what the hell is the point of you putting these videos saying, I'm traveling to Argentina, but please, whatever you do, leave me alone? The fuck? Is that part
because
of your...
he's trying to make himself look like the victim after he's harassed her and stalked her via the internet for 7 years. He thinks, like, should this ever go to court? Like, I'm assuming this is what he thinks. He's probably thinking, should this ever go to court? If I make myself look like the victim here, then I won't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Instead, she'll get in trouble.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at that thing that you sent
that's
me,
probably
Jeff.
the childish shit that he's thinking. Yeah, you see that?
Yeah,
That's
I see
definitely AP.
that is AP. Yeah. I mean, you got the hair, you got the eyebrows, you even got the little scar on the eyebrows from when he was in the Wall of Death many, many years ago. So,
Yep.
yeah. Look at that. Look at that angry look on his face. Here, there's another. I'm taking all these screenshots from VLC and I have no idea where the fuck they're being saved. One day I'm just gonna find a treasure trove of these screenshots and be like, oh shit.
And I would appreciate you people to stop using her to harass me and stop fabricating lies about me regarding her. That's what I'm asking.
Nobody's lied, Jimmy. Nobody's lied. In fact, I can get Eliana into the chat. I could even probably get Eliana into the voice Discord if you'd like, and she'll explain nobody's fucking lied, Jimmy. Damn it, Jimmy. You make me so fucking angry sometimes. Sometimes.
I would also like to state this, Adonis, stop being a punk. Stop being a punk, Adonis. Just stop it. But I guess that's what you've been your whole life, that little mouthy nerd. Right? That's what the little mouthy nerd.
No, actually, I'm the mouthy nerd, Jimmy. I'm the mouthy nerd. I'm the one who likes to run shit on everybody, so.
Little mouthy nerd, right?
I just love that James is running his mouth, calling people out, challenging them to fights, but yet he fucking has me blocked and hidden and all the rest of that shit. Doesn't talk when I'm in chat. And yeah, won't address the fact that he wanted to cage fight me for whatever stupid fucking reason. And yet AP's apparently a mouthy nerd because he took the piss out of him and was like, yeah, let's karate fight.
Yeah.
By mocking him. It's like, okay, yeah, that totally makes sense. Fucking retard.
Dark Summer is like, Randall fans, calm down, deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay.
How many people adjusted your attitude in your life, Adonis? How many people gave you an attitudinal adjustment in your life? Probably more than a few.
He invented a word just there, attitudinal.
Attitudinal.
No, actually, wait
Is
a
that
minute.
sideways
Did the
attitude?
spell checker let it go through? Apparently, he used it right. Holy shit! This is like that, like.
Well, that'll be the first time he's done something right.
Well, it's stopped clock syndrome. Like he'll be right twice a day on like bullshit. So, hi, Bobcat. You want to come back up here?
Yeah.
You want to come up here? Hi, buddy. Thank you.
Okay? My point is, you people keep using my former friend to harass me. It's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. And as I said, there is no way. Number one, I didn't know she existed 2 years prior to her being 19. I didn't even know the chick existed. Number two, which is very important, number two, I was vehemently racist.
Now he's butchering words again. I don't even want to try to, attempt to pronounce what vehement. God damn you, Jimmy! You see what you do?
Vehemently.
Yeah. I got
Is it an extremely, very?
Yeah. Just determined, very, very determined. So.
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy, you butcher words worse than anyone.
At the time, against people of Eliana's race. I'm not now, but at the time, I was extremely racist against people that looked like Eliana. So I would not have.
You know what? I call bullshit on this. Anyone who says I was racist is still fucking racist. Okay, Jimmy? You're not pretending that you're, anything here to anybody. You are a racist piece of shit. You always have been. You always will be. We're calling you out on it. Yeah, everybody, let's shame James.
Sought her out for anything. Okay? I would have done everything to avoid her 2 years prior to her being 19.
No, you wouldn't.
mean,
I call bullshit on that too. Because if
yeah,
the
that's the
moment
reason why he was sorting her out in the
Right.
first place, or messaging her in the first place. And this is his own words, was for breeding.
Exactly. He wanted to breed, and he fell in love with Eliana the moment he saw that photo. So, whether he claims he sees it 7 years ago or 9 years ago, it doesn't fucking matter. He would have fallen in love. That would have flipped the breaker in his head, and that would have been it. And he claims that, oh, I would have been racist towards Eliana back then had I known her. Bullshit, Jimmy. Bullshit. You kept saying, oh, Eliana, the moment I saw you, you brought me back to God, but not in the way that, not in the God that you think that you brought me back to. Jimmy, it's part of your racist bullshit. I've been going through your videos. And here, what on your channel, on Tardanomicon, everything. I'm going through them. I'm going to find that clip, Jimmy.
I was only interested in.
What part of it is that he fetishizes her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not just with the kiddo shit.
Yeah.
Like, with the whole race shit as well. And
like he uses it as a reminder card. Reminder, you're not of my race, kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's racist, and she's like the forbidden fruit type thing.
Yeah.
And like, he's determined that he will have her, and it's just like, well, she's not interested, so you can't have her.
It's also a sense of wanting to be dominant and in control, and to make her a sexual submissive in the bedroom kind of thing.
It's a very unhealthy combination, is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, back to the video.
White women to promulgate the white race. Get it?
I'm going to back up here, because this was some golden ass Jimmy shit here. Just a moment. I'm going to back up to 8:30.
I would also like to state this, Adonis, stop being a punk. Stop being a punk, Adonis. Just stop it. But I guess that's what you've been your whole life, that little mouthy nerd, right? That's what the little mouthy nerd. You're a little mouthy nerd, right? How many people adjusted your attitude in your life, Adonis? How many people gave you an attitudinal adjustment in your life? Probably more than a few, okay? My point is, you people keep using my former friend to harass me. It's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. And as I said, there is no way. Number one, I didn't know she existed 2 years prior to her being 19. I didn't even know the chick existed. Number two, which is very important, number two, I was vehemently racist at the time against people of Eliana's race. I'm not now, but at the time, I was extremely racist against people that looked like Eliana. So I would not have sought her out for anything. Okay? I would have done everything to avoid her 2 years prior to her being 19. I was only interested in white women to promulgate the white race. Get it? Before I met her, well, actually, before I met the chick that I met before her, I was 100% entirely dedicated to being a white nationalist. I was a white nationalist at the time. I was dedicated to the founding of a white homeland in the Americas. I was a very dedicated white nationalist at the time.
You know what? When TSA sees these videos, they're not going to let you on the plane, dude. No. If they had the capacity to harass, if Immigrations and Custom Enforcement, if they had the capacity to harass Adonis Paul at the border, three-dimensional Adonis Paul, if they were able to single him out and say, "Sir, we know you run a show on YouTube." Yeah, and his response is, "Yeah, what the fuck are you going to do about it?" Yeah. Jimmy, if Immigrations and Customs Enforcement sees these videos that you've been putting out, they are definitely not letting you leave to go to Argentina. Okay? They had the capacity to harass AP in real life, without, knowing what he looked like. They have the capacity to single you out. Okay?
Eliana changed my mind about those things by making some sense to me. Okay? So you people are all crazy, and none of the things you say add up at all. And I mean, I don't want to continue to disprove all this craziness, but if you're going to continue to make crap up like you're making up, I'm going to continue having to put you people in your place. That's it.
Funny, I don't seem to have been put in my place once since I started these videos from Jimmy. In fact, yeah.
In my place, like instead, Jimmy's ran away and hid with his tail between his legs.
Mm-hmm. Every time. And you know what, Jimmy? For putting us in our place like you say that you've been doing, doesn't feel like it. Doesn't feel like it to me. Feels like more like we're putting you in your place. We haven't put you totally in your place yet, but we're putting you in your place. We're getting your subconscious to spill
Why
out those little
would we
details.
put him in his place? He'd been a padded fucking soul.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and add a wrench to our channel here. There you go, Lorna.
I mean, it's gotten ridiculous. And by the way, one more thing before I go to bed for the night. Look, what you need to understand is, despite the fact that I have obsessive compulsive disorder and PTSD and receive Social Security disability, I am still perfectly legally capable of fighting in a full contact karate match. I've been doing it for years. The only reason you're making these phony excuses is because you're a bunch of wimps. Acknowledge it. You're a bunch of wimps. You turn everything.
No, Jimmy. No, Jimmy. We're wanting to see how far you're willing to go with this, Jimmy. Okay? And if you're willing to take this to the ring, we're willing to take this to the ring. Okay, we showed you the
Do you know
forms.
what I like there?
Mm-hmm. And if you've been in all these fights, like you said, you have to be licensed with the Pennsylvania Boxing Commission. Let's see your fucking license, buddy, because you should already have it by now. It's only $22. It's only $22 out of your state allowance. You should be able to scrounge that up. So
Everybody down. You
But
challenge.
go ahead.
I'm just going to quickly say what my favourite bit just there was. He's trying to hide behind having fucking PTSD and whatever other bullshit excuses for people not to say mean things to him online
Right.
and to harass him. He reckons that the harassment is out of control, but yet it's only gone on for like 4 months. And yeah, I'd say it's like pretty out of hand once it's hit 7 years, James. And yeah, then it would be like just crazy, like you're making it out to be. But you're just being a complete and utter fucking lunatic, and you're hiding behind fucking mental illness as an excuse, then challenging people to fight and saying that you're capable of fighting, but you can't have people saying mean things to you on the internet. No, like if you're capable of fighting and you're capable of stalking someone for 7 years, and you're capable of taking shit for the shit that you've done.
Yep. Time to either nut up or shut up, Jimmy. So I'm gonna go back to your video.
People, all you people, you challenge everyone to a match, this match, that match, whatever, and then you wimp out. I won't ever let you forget that you're a puss, Adonis. I will constantly remind you every day that you're a puss. Do you understand that, Adonis?
It sounds like he's referring to Puss in Boots from the Shrek movies. That Adonis Paul is the Antonio Banderas of our group. So
Or he could be trying to use South African slang as well, thinking that he's being clever.
Yeah.
But no.
Punana, isn't it? I think the word is Punana or Punani. Yeah.
There's puss as well, which is slang.
Yeah.
Just shortened version, but yeah.
Yeah.
You're a puss.
All right, let's go into Adrasdea now. Because she's been making me fucking angrier and angrier with all this bullshit. And look, she's dressed in her fucking purple. No, it's not purple. It's kind of a light green.
More of a teal.
Yeah, like a teal. It looks like something that she scavenged off of like an old couch, and she turned it into like this cave woman outfit.
It's more like it's made out of an old set of curtains, if I'm honest.
Yeah, and it's like it's all ripped all down this way. She's trying to make this like cave woman outfit because
Yeah, I was gonna say he tends to buy cheap clothes from like dollar stores, and then she cuts them up and tries to modify them. Does a really bad job of it. But
yeah. It's like she's trying to create her own little fashion line so that everybody goes up to her and says, "Oh, that's beautiful. Where did you get that?" I make these myself. Oh, well, I have someone who might want some custom work. Okay. She's pulling this grift on people. I think that she takes like clothing from the dollar or clothing from the thrift store, cuts it up a little bit, and just makes it look like fancy designer shit.
Well, what I was going to say is she goes to the thrift store, buys things for $1, and she cuts them and tears them, and it goes along with her "I'm homeless" grift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it creates little stress
It's
marks
not
on it.
to make
Yeah,
it, I was going to say, it's not to make it look designer, it's to make it go along with her "I'm homeless, give me money" grift.
yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, but for some reason, it just feels like she's dressed like a cave woman in this. Like all she needs is like the Captain Caveman Club, you know.
Yeah.
Every human,
I gotta turn up the
every
volume.
species
She really
deserves
needs to pick
the
the
right.
fucking volume.
Yeah, she has no volume to her videos, and I've turned it up to 125%. Maybe
Yeah.
there's something I can do on the VLC end. I hate having to do it that way.
And the chance to live, even if they're not capable of working. I said this morning, and I have to say it again because the commenters are still insisting that for somebody to exist, they have to get a job, regardless of the fact that there's not even enough jobs for every single person.
Bullshit. Mary, there's plenty of jobs out there. You're just not wanting to look for any jobs because you want to keep this little grift going. You just want to, make people feel sorry for you and then make people feel sorry that they gave you money once they've donated to you. That's your whole game. Get a damn job. $15 an hour right now in California is your minimum wage. It's $12.56 here in Colorado. So, you have no excuses for not getting a job. You could get a job anywhere in California doing anything. Office clerical work, fast food, delivery work, well, no, not Grubhub because that's gig economy and they don't really pay you for gig economy on that. But normal contracted hourly work will pay you $15 an hour, Mary, and you have no excuse for that.
Whether you can work or not, you still deserve life.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of deserving life, I needed to check in with someone because I turns out.
We're checking with Roberta.
Oh no, actually, oh shit. Oh shit, it's not backstage, it's live via satellite. He's in the hospital room. Oh shit, Andrew, are you okay? God damn. I wonder what's wrong with him. He's just he looks well, he looks like he's wrapped up in his favorite blanket. There's his television remote, so like Andrew, Andrew Ditch, get well soon, okay? We care about you, buddy. So let's get back to that here. So.
But no, I find that a little bit ironic. She's saying everyone deserves life, but it's so terrible that people are telling her to get a job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? At least they didn't kill someone.
Yeah, at least.
And get away with it as well.
Yeah. Roberta Laws deserved life. She may not have been living the most perfect life. She was hooked up with Kenneth McBride, but you interrupted that relationship and you took that relationship in the direction that you wanted it to go. And the way you wanted it to go, yeah.
That's something that she'll never
She'll never
discuss with people though, or answer questions about, or actually answer for in a legal sense.
Yeah. She'll just always, just in the back of her mind, she'll never be truly responsible for Roberta Law's death. So, despite
she knows how
despite the
responsible she
placement,
is.
despite the placement on that, despite the document that's that they could have easily placed charges on Mary for this. So,
yeah.
Period. We were not created to work and earn money for other people. That's not the purpose of humanity. It's not the purpose of my life. And I'm not going to be ashamed of that.
No shame in Mary's game. That's for damn sure. She just Why should she work when you could just give her money for her doing nothing? Why should she have to work for that? Mary, I put through the most stressful job every day in the other room because I have to keep a roof over my head for myself, for Sam, for Bobcat. Okay? I'm out here busting my ass making a living. Okay? $12.56 an hour, and I've got a job, an actual job, not a Streamlabs donation thing. I'm not concerned about that. Like I said, the Streamlabs donation set to $1.09 for a reason, okay? Because it really doesn't matter. It does keep the stream going. I'm happy for anyone who wants to contribute to my stream because it shows that I've put some effort into my work. You don't put any effort into any kind of work. All you do is you just make these sad videos in the darkness. And you just put yourself in a dark corner in front of a curtain. And you just make yourself look sad and pathetic. You don't even try to do an actual live stream. You could get Streamlabs OBS for your phone, but yeah, you'll probably need to get your charger fixed for that first. Damn it.
I'm not even sure the curtain. I think that's just a fleece blanket that she's pinned to the wall.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a drape. I think she's got it in front of a window because she doesn't want people looking in, and she also wants to be able to block light out at night because there must be some kind of outside light source like a street lamp or something like that that's just going in her room and just driving her crazy.
All right.
Yeah, so.
See, I figured that was just pinned to a wall, a regular wall, because I've
In front of
seen videos where she's been leaning against it as well, and it's just like could be against the window, and
Yeah.
she's just leaning next to like the window
Mm-hmm.
or under the window, but yeah.
And the dark background also creates a very concealed atmosphere. It's like, Mary knows that I have, the Columbo-like ability to look at everything in the video. I found 14 half loaves of bread going through Andrew's house that one time, remember? 14 loaves of white bread. It's like, once you start seeing this kind of shit, you can't unsee it. So Mary knows to keep herself concealed in the darkness right now because she knows that if she starts revealing more of her surroundings, she reveals more of those surroundings to us. Hi, Maureen. If you want to join us in the Discord, feel free. So I got a bunch more Mary videos. So.
All of you telling me to just get a job could very easily go and get the same job yourself.
And I've already got the same job myself. $12.56 an hour here in Colorado is what I'm getting paid. Okay? I'm getting paid to listen to people screaming at me about why they don't have their adult diapers, or the fact that I ruined Christmas because their package for their clothing was late. Okay? I don't like that job. I'm going to find a new one. But, one thing I'm not going to do, I am not going to make the LolCow Ranch my permanent job. Okay? Not yet. I don't have near the subscriber base to make this my permanent job. Okay? Once I get to 100,000 subscribers, then I'll consider it. Because then I'll have the money for the chroma key backgrounds and good cameras and good microphones and good lighting, and I'll be able to have
Will eventually make your job. Well, what eventually will make your day with that job, though.
Yeah, I that's
Like,
why I'm gonna
there
keep.
will be one person that might eventually call you screaming, and it will make your day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna bother naming them because you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, the fact that I'm getting all of these, other streamers, saying, "Hey, you're doing a good job," I'm like thinking to myself, it's building a level of anxiety in me now because, oh shit, now I actually have to, keep putting out good product. So, but Mary, you've been putting out this shit content for 7 years. Nobody wants to watch it anymore. Okay, I'll go back to her video.
Many of you don't have jobs. Well, and you'll say, well, we're streamers.
All right, if you have a job in the chat, put a 1 in the chat. Okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you have a job. And I know I have a job. Yeah.
I don't currently, so I won't bother.
Oh, that's okay. Well, Jeff, we'll mark you a 0 on that, but that's okay. But sometimes, it takes it. I was unemployed this year for like almost 2.5 months in between, getting downsized out of one job and they couldn't find a replacement job for me to finding this other job in customer service work at hell. That was 2.5 months and I was getting paid like $361 a week from Colorado for that. So it wasn't much, but it was at least keeping the rent paid and it was keeping the utilities paid, which is what unemployment is supposed to do for those kinds of times. So,
Yeah.
um, and there's no shame in going on unemployment, but there's shame in staying on unemployment. The shame is you go on unemployment and you just go through the motions and you're like, oh, I don't want to go through having a real job because it's easier to just get 361 a week for just trying to look for a job. No, after a while, that song and dance gets to be really fucking tiresome too, and you want to have a real job because real jobs build dignity inside you. So
Yeah.
look at that fucking arm. Is that scar tissue from her cuttings?
Yeah, she got a fair few scars on her left arm, I think.
Jesus. I thought at first that was like some kind of hairy arm that she had, but then and then I realized that those are scars.
No, she used to cut her like arms and her wrists and just splash blood up the walls in her grandma's house.
Oh, Jesus.
She'd do that just to get her own way.
Well, I mean, it's an attention seeking device. Obviously, she's doing it because it's like, oh, you're not going to give me what I want. Rip, fling.
Yeah.
Just Mary. You have real psychological issues if you're doing that. You need to fucking talk to somebody.
Aren't I a streamer?
No, you're not a streamer. You provide LolCow content. You upload videos. Jimmy's not a streamer. You do the same thing that Jimmy does. All you do is you click record, you click stop, you click upload. 3 buttons. That's the only 3 buttons you know how to do on your thing. You didn't even do a live stream. You did a recorded thing and then you recorded that and then you uploaded the recorded video to YouTube. See, you had no real chance of actual interaction with your audience like I've got. I'm a streamer. Mary, I'm a streamer.
You know what half of the problem is, though, as well? Like, she's got most of her audience blocked because they offer her advice, and she's like, oh, you're trolls, and blocks them because she's fucking retarded.
Yeah. And anyone who wants to give her any kind of actual advice is like, well, Mary, I know of this job that's hiring that'll pay you $45,000 a year, and all you have to do is just answer a phone. She'll turn that down. She'll turn down
I mean,
big numbers in her mind because she doesn't want to do that little tiny bit of work.
yeah. To be fair, I can understand why she blocked me. I did troll her. But I only started trolling her after she started making false accusations about me. After I'd pointed out that it was Dark Ninja that was responsible for posting under a false Mary account, her name and
Right.
address and all that shit.
Because
So she accused me of doing that, and she accused me of a bunch of other shit, and I was just like, no, that wasn't me. And so when she wouldn't stop with accusing me of shit, I started trolling her.
it goes against her narrative of blame Adonis Paul, blame Royce Lopez, and Daywave Radio. It goes completely against that narrative because Isaac is that fucking asshole wild card that just shows up out of nowhere and just causes shit for everyone. And Isaac was the one who posted the comment in Mary's video, and
Oh, I know it was.
yeah. And she could tell the police that it was Isaac Flores, and she could get Isaac Flores in trouble for it, but She doesn't want to do that. She wants to keep this little game going here. That's more important to Mary, is that the game continue rather that, instead of her winning the game has to continue. So,
And they'll say, well, yeah, but our content is better. In your opinion. There's actually no difference between my content and your content, except that you get paid for your content. I'll get paid for mine soon enough.
yeah, that whole check for 7 cents every year from YouTube is going to really help your income. And since
if someone else is getting paid for their content and you're getting paid like 7 cents for a year's worth of your content, then I think the person that's actually getting paid their content is insurmountably better. Like it pretty much goes without saying.
I'm going to back it up just a little bit here because I wanted everybody to hear, especially everybody in Sacramento, California, in where the state legislature is.
There's actually no difference between my content and your content, except that you get paid for your content. I'll get paid for mine soon enough.
And when you get paid for your content, that's when you have to go off state assistance, Mary. You have to choose. You have to choose whether you want, do you want a monetized YouTube channel that will make you money steadily, or do you want your state assistance? Because you can't have both now. Can't have both.
She'll have to declare that, and once it hits a certain amount,
she'll have to declare it. Once it hits any amount, she'll have to declare it. She'll have to learn to start using spreadsheet software.
I think she'll be allowed to earn up to a certain amount and get state assistance, and then once it's over a certain amount, she'll have to decide whether she wants to do that as a full-time job, which it isn't a full-time job, or whether she wants to stay on state assistance and beg. And neither of them are good options.
I'd rather have a job than be living off of state assistance, but I understand that some people have to use those programs. I've had to use those programs, but you don't rely on those programs, is what I'm saying. You don't make yourself, dependent year after year on those programs. So we're losing viewers. I'm going back to Mary.
I'm only about 150 subscribers away from monetization. And a lot of my videos aren't going to be monetized because I have a filthy mouth.
No, those videos probably actually will get some monetization, but you'll have to declare that monetization, Mary. You'll have to declare it.
But a lot of my gaming videos probably will be monetized, and that's a lot of videos. So I'm just pushing on until I get to that point where I can gather some revenue from YouTube. It's not going to happen immediately, but it is getting closer to happening. And if I'm earning an income from YouTube, that means that I have a job, and you'll no longer be able to scream at me to just get a job. Regardless of whether YouTube is a job or not.
YouTube is a job. Yes, if YouTube considers themselves an employer, you are an employee of YouTube at that point. And if they're taking 70, well, no, they're letting you keep 70% of the super chat money that you'll get. So for, let's say you get $100 donated to you in a super chat. After a month, you're going to get $70 because YouTube's going to take 30% of that. So that's why you want to go with Streamlabs.
It is what I do. And I am not going to just go away because you don't like me.
Mary, you could have a live stream right now with your own Streamlabs OBS app on your phone. I know they make a Streamlabs OBS app, which you could do basically the same thing that I'm doing on my computer. You would just be doing a live stream. You could put together your own little live stream, and then we'll see Mary the live streamer instead of Mary the content provider.
I don't
See, I
like
don't think
you.
she would get very many
She
donations.
No, she wouldn't.
And well, she's still got people blocked at least.
Yeah, you'd have people
And
trolling her with, like, even with the donations, they'd still call her a worthless piece of shit. They'd be like, yeah, here's $3, go buy you some liquor, you fucking, drunk alky kind of thing. So,
yeah,
so
I think if she was honestly serious about trying to make money off of YouTube, she would take the advice that I've given her dozens of times, which granted is shitty advice. Get yourself a cheap Bluetooth speaker and do live streams.
mhm.
Like even if it's in your apartment, set up Streamlabs, set up Bluetooth speaker, just sit in your apartment and take the shit that chat are gonna give you and unban chat.
Yeah. Mary, I don't care what the chat says. They can all, just be like spamming all kinds of like horrible, hateful shit at me. I really don't care. I'm 51 years old at this point. I don't care what people are, if they hate me or not anymore. I'm too old to worry about people hating me.
If
doesn't
she was really serious about making some money from YouTube,
Hmm.
that would be the way to do it and to do it quickly.
Yeah. And Mary, I don't have that big of a subscriber base, but yet people are still donating to my channel through Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/Governor Rocknar/tip. But like I said, I'm not worried so much about the donation amount. That's why I set it to the ridiculously low amount of $1.09. Because if I've earned $1.09 for the day, I consider that a day that I've actually entertained somebody and made it worth their while for them. So that's the point of a Streamlabs donation. It's not to set ridiculously high amounts, although, in some cases you might have to, like if you're trying to keep up with like equipment and bills and stuff like that. But, if people want to help me out, that's fine. I'm glad to be providing, content for them. Doesn't matter if you tip me or not. I'll still be providing the content. I'm gonna still do it, the best that I can.
make you go away. Whether I like you or not, I have no right to tell anybody to go away and leave the platform because YouTube is not my platform.
No, but you pretend like it's your platform when you go flagging channels like Adonis Paul and telling people, oh, well, I flagged Adonis Paul, but I didn't really flag Adonis Paul. And we caught you fucking lying on that, a month ago. Mary, you're so full of shit. You absolutely act like this is your platform and that you're the only one who can make the Mary content.
This is my channel. I say what I want on it. But I'm not going to your videos and telling you to give up.
No, that funny. The other day
Give
when
up,
she was
Mary.
berating us for working and saying that we were serving corporate overlords, that was, what was that, Mary? What was that? What is this with your eyes? What have I? I'm gonna get a screenshot of that. Damn it!
Yeah.
Is that her eyes just looks like she's drawn like, fake eyes under her on her eyelids so that she can pretend like she's still looking at you when she's got her eyes closed, like how you do it at school, like when you're sleeping through a test. So, Mary,
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
yeah, that does look weird.
Y'all are coming to me, harassing me, attacking me.
Either that or she's just got really, really thin eyelids.
Because I'm not as strong as you. And you like hurting people. Y'all hurt me enough last year. There's only so much you can draw out of somebody before they completely become numb to it all.
Every lie that we draw out of you makes us stronger and makes you weaker, Mary.
And that's not an invitation to get worse about it, because if it does get worse, I'll just take a break for a couple of days. Nobody deserves to be berated or belittled or made to feel like they're not worthy just because they don't have a job.
Mary, if I don't have a job, I want people in my chat calling me out for being a lazy fucking bum. Okay? I want that because it's going to motivate my fucking ass into getting a job, into getting a better job. Okay? I want people motivating me and saying, you know what? Get a job, you lazy fucking bum, if I don't have one.
We have more in this life than just working. There has to be more than just working. So people keep saying, well, animals work though. Do they? Do animals earn money?
You know what? There's something I wanted to go to here really quickly. I'm going to bring up Morris the cat.
All right.
Yeah. 9 lives. What was his salary? Morris the cat. Because I want Bobcat to be like, you know, a spokesperson for like Science Diet or something like that. Because I think he had a salary. It was more, you know, I'm gonna look that up. What was Morris the cat? Oh, salary. Because I know he had one. All cats to play Morris have been rescues either from an animal shelter or a cat rescue. That's good. Morris the cat net worth. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, he works. He definitely works. All right. You know, take a look at this. Give me a moment. I'm gonna put this up on the Google. What was it? Technical difficulties here. Mary, your bullshit that cats don't work is total garbage. Morris the cat. Net worth, income, salary, earnings. Morris the cat, voiced by John Irwin, is the mascot for the 9 Lives brand of cat food, and he appears on the box and in many of the company's television ads. He's a huge orange tabby Tom, who calls himself the world's most fussy cat, only eating 9 lives and delivering snarky voiceover remarks when given other brands. Okay, so... Oh shit, Mary, look at that! Oh shit! Mary? What is this you were just saying about cats don't work? Mary, that's a working cat right there. If Morris the cat's earned $17 million per year, $400,000 a year per month, $32,000 per week, $8,000. Oh man, your theory about cats don't work is bullshit, Mary. I've just proven that. I bet I can get now. I know I can get Bobcat on a cat food commercial, and he can make 100 times more in one day than you'll ever hope to make in an entire year, Mary. You could scrounge and save for that entire year, Mary, and Bobcat will still make more, 100 times more in one day than you'll ever make in a year. I'm gonna go back to your video here. So we've just proven what a no-knowledge liar you are.
Taxes have to buy property, or are they allowed to exist and live
You know what? I'm pretty sure that Morris the cat has his accountants team, and they pay their taxes, dude. I'm sure that they give like all kinds of money to like animal rescue shelters and stuff like that. But Morris is living that nice high life.
Because there's kind of a big difference between working for yourself to get food and safety and working for millionaires to get the minimum that you might need to exist and still feel like you're not enough. So I guess I need to be clear. I am not putting down people who work.
Yes, you are, Mary. Yes, you are. Okay. All right, Mary. That is exactly what you did when you were berating us for, you know, participating in work to satisfy our corporate overlords. All right. You know what? Who gives a shit about, corporate overlords?
I am not talking badly about people who work. I hold nothing against people who work.
Yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do, Mary. You hate people who work because working people who actually earn more money than you do for, doing work angers you. You hate the concept of work. You hate the concept that, you should have to put forth effort to get any kind of money. Bobcat should do a High Life commercial. Yeah, he should. That'd be an interesting Miller High Life commercial.
I am simply defending my right to exist without working because I'm not currently capable of holding a job and I receive hatred every single day. I'm belittled, I'm degraded, I'm mocked and attacked because I don't work.
Mary, if you know how to set up a steady camera, and you know how to set up the lighting, and you know how to set up the background, and you know how to click on record, and you know how to click on stop, and you know how to click on upload, you can get a job at a fucking television studio with that knowledge. Okay? So don't tell me you don't know how to work because you're working right now making these videos. Okay? You're doing all the work of a television field producer out in the field recording your material. You're doing all the work of a television studio producer.
And if I defend myself by saying that I don't think people should have to work, people who work get angry at me and say
Pro tip, if you have a cough like that, delete the video, start over again. Okay, Mary?
that I'm putting them down. I am not. I am not putting anybody down.
Oh, yes, you have. You have put down everybody who works because everybody who works just makes more money than you do, has the better life than you do, and it annoys the shit out of you that you can't have that life without working.
Explaining my point of view.
Yeah, Bill Robert puts up an excellent point in the chat. She is making money for her corporate overlord, Susan. Laughing my fucking ass off. Yeah. Mary, all these videos you're doing, just put, $500 more in Susan's pocket every time you click upload. Every time you click upload, every time anybody clicks upload on a video. Let's assume, just for sake of argument, that every video that, gets uploaded to video, Susan gets a $500 check for that. Okay? Let's assume that. That's probably not far from the truth, but, she's getting paid every time you upload a video, Mary.
And my beliefs is not downgrading your point of view or your belief. That's all I am trying to do. I am belittled every single day for not working, and all I want to do is make people understand my viewpoint on the fact that I cannot work right now.
You've done all this work putting all this effort into your videos, so don't tell me you don't know how to work. Okay, Mary? The very fact that you can set up the camera and the lighting and the background and you sit steadily and you read from your ad lib script, you're working. You're working to put these videos out. You're doing video production work. You can easily put in a job application at a television studio, and I guarantee you they would find a job for you. They would probably, like say, okay, go out here and get us footage for this. Okay?
It is not a way of putting down other people. Not everything I can or can't do is done to degrade you.
Everything you put out degrades us. Whether you mean for it to or not, every video that you put out just degrades us because you decided that your life was more important than Roberta Law's. You decided that your life of grifting is more important than our life of hard work and dedication to our craft. You've decided that you're the center of attention in this room and not us. Okay, Mary?
It's the other way around. Y'all are constantly degrading me. I am not saying anything negative about you. Yes.
Oh, okay. So, this one is called "I Did Work Before Things Changed."
I did used to work. I worked at a bunch of pizza places. I worked at P.F. Chang's and I worked at Five Guys.
I worked at Pizza Hut for 7 years. It was the most fun 7 years I've ever had. Delivering pizzas because I would, just get stoned off my ass right before I'd have to go into work. Then when I get to work, you'd have free access to the fountain drinks. So I just tank up on like fountain drinks all day and I just ride out the rest of the night and just make like 40, 50, $60. So it was fun delivering pizzas. And I've heard her telling some fun stories when she had the spotlight for her car and she was delivering for Papa John's. But Mary, if you went back to delivering pizza, that would still get you to $15 an hour. Okay, they'd have to pay you 15.
I worked, but I was not good at working. I was extremely emotional, even back then. I couldn't hold a job for very long. And the jobs that I had, my husband got for me. He spoke to the manager. Actually, at P.F. Chang's, he filled out the application for me. So yes, when I was married, I did work for a couple of years. Not well. I made no friends. Had a lot of breakdowns.
I have a lot of breakdowns at work. I had a breakdown yesterday at work with the adult diaper line. Because you know why? I don't like that. I don't like the idea of people screaming at me because it reminds me a lot of my own family pain growing up. Okay?
But I did work. After I left my husband and got back living with my grandmother, after the murder happened, I was even less able to work than I was before.
She admitted it was murder just now. Did you hear that? After the murder happened. So she's still trying to keep the blame solely on Kenneth McBride. She
Really?
doesn't want to admit that she had a part in that murder, but she's admitting now that this was murder. She didn't call it the death of Roberta Laws because when you call it the death of Roberta Laws, that kind of sterilizes it and it makes it seem less ugly. So
Yeah.
And before, I was very incapable. I tried. It wasn't for a lack of trying. But, I mean, the last job I had at P.F. Chang's, I was being paid $8.50 an hour to roll silverware. That's it. Sit at a table and roll silverware up into a napkin.
that must have been like 15 years ago for her to get paid only $8 an hour for that. because, if California's minimum wage now is 15 an hour, she could easily go back to PF Chang's and make double doing the same fucking thing that she was doing at PF Chang's. She doesn't really have to talk to anybody. She just has to roll the silverware up into the napkins, roll the silverware into the napkins. Just keep on doing those little micro tasks.
That was my job. And that job was stressful on me. Like, that job was difficult for me while I was living with my husband. And after the murder, I completely changed. I was messed up when I was married. When I was working, I was messed up because of the way that I had been raised and because of my psychiatric issues.
Your psychiatric issues. Mary, you were in a relationship with Stephen Barone, now known as Tara Barone, and you were facilitating Tara Barone raping underage girls. You were helping Tara Barone groom underage girls. You were driving Tara to their houses, and you were letting Tara Barone rape those underage girls. You were just as guilty. If a court were to do any kind of, like, a jury were to do any kind of placement on Tara and say, is Mary responsible for the acts that Tara did? You'd be just as equally responsible as you were with Kenneth McBride.
After the murder, I became a whole different species of messed up.
Interesting that she uses the word species, because it's like she doesn't consider herself to be human anymore. She considers herself to either be some kind of primal animalistic creature that, exists, solely for eating, sleeping, defecating, pleasure, that kind of thing. She doesn't consider herself human anymore since the murder.
I went from messed up to fucked up. And y'all don't see a difference because y'all have only known me at fucked up. But I'm not nearly as capable now as I was then. And I wasn't really that capable then. You guys want me to work because you work. And you hate working. And it's a very childish mindset to think, I hate doing this and I have to do it, so I'm going to push it on everybody else. Because if I have to do something I hate, everybody else is going to have to do it too. Or they deserve to be hated. They deserve to starve. They deserve to die.
Nobody hates delivering pizza, Mary. Nobody hates that. That's the most fun job in the world. I've done it. Lastea Scooby's done it. Everyone's done it. And this idea that it's a suck job. No, the tips here and there might not be great. You might get some assholes who'll stiff you on a tip, but that's life. Okay. You get some good tips.
Because I'm having to do something I hate, so should they. I swear it's why a lot of women push pregnancy on girls who haven't had kids yet. You have women with like 4 or 5 kids talking about how wonderful it is to have kids. They're just wanting other people to suffer the way that they're suffering. They're just angry at seeing people able to do things that they're not because of the choices that they've made. And I'm not putting down mothers. I'm not putting down people who work. I'm not putting down or looking down upon anybody. I personally am currently not capable of holding a 9-to-5 job. And I am requesting that people be respectful of that.
You've made making videos your 9-to-5 job, Mary. You know what? You put out at least 6 videos a day. That is now your 9 to 5 job, is making videos. You are a content provider for YouTube now, whether you've hit that 1,000 subscriber mark or not, whether or not you can actually accept super chats from your YouTube or not. You are a content provider. You are making videos. You're making at least 6 videos a day. You're working, okay? By California's definition of work in terms of assistance for state programs, you are working.
People are not going to be respectful for that because they work and they hate working, and so they want to see me doing something that I hate to do, just like they do. It's not that I hate working, it's that I can't handle being around people. Stress or heat just overwhelms me. I don't go out, you know?
Heat wouldn't overwhelm you in a call center, okay? The cold actually would, because they keep the air conditioning so fucking cold in those places. You know what? You would actually kind of be relatively comfortable because you could just dress warm. You could just, dress like it's winter in a call center, even in the summertime.
And that's what y'all don't get. And you say, well, you scream at people when you go out, and you think that that's normal? You think that my public breakdowns are proof that I'm a healthy, functional individual? I get triggered easily, and I have breakdowns. Those are literally symptoms of my mental problems. When I get triggered, which happens very easily, and sometimes I don't even know what the triggers are.
Bullshit. You know exactly what the triggers are. The triggers are any reaction video to you is a trigger. I know that.
I don't act the same as I do when I'm sitting here by myself, alone, with no triggers. Y'all don't know what I would be like in a work environment. You know what I'm like in a public environment, and you know that it's not great. In a work environment, it would be even worse because you can't just walk away. Because work is work. You gotta stay there.
Oh God. She's gone even more cave girl on this. Look at those sad titties. Thank you, Betty. Okay, so this is thankfully a short video.
Thank you for being.
Oh God, no. Skip.
Please understand.
I'm not attacking anyone. I'm defending myself. Okay, yeah, I couldn't have you butchering the Golden Girls theme after you've butchered the MASH theme. Okay, Mary? I'm not having you butcher songs on my LolCow ranch.
I am not putting down the system. I'm not putting down people who work. I am simply attempting to defend myself against the onslaught of attacks that I receive every day for the mere fact that I'm not able to work. And many of you are angry about that. You're so very angry that I'm not working. It's all that you can think about. It just takes over your mind, the fact that I'm not working. Why?
Because we're paying for you, Mary. That's why. Because we have to work that much harder to pay the taxes that pays for your social service assistance. Okay? You are a drain on everyone right now because you are misusing the programs that are given to you. You won't pay your rent for your Section 8 apartment, 20 some dollars a month. 20, 28, 29, call it 30. $30 a month. I pay 30 times what you pay a month for mine. Okay? For my rent, it's like $1,000 a month for my place. But I have a job that I'm actually earning the money for that.
Why does it bother you so much? And you'll say, well, because we're the taxpayers and we're paying for you to exist.
Yeah. I'm paying for you to exist, Mary. I'm just paying for you to exist. And you're not even showing any kind of effort that you want to exist better. You just want to exist as this poor, miserable wretch of a creature living in a broken apartment with no mailbox that has a lock on it. Okay? Squatting.
Thank you. Thank you. Why are you angry that you're helping other people exist? Why does that make you mad? If I wasn't on the system, your taxes would stay the same. The money would just be going to somebody else.
Oh, now she's trying to use the defense of, well, you're paying the same amount of taxes anyway, so why not let me have that money? No, Mary. You are really fucking making me angry with this whole attitude of, you deserve this money whether whether we pay it or not.
Just an extremely entitled attitude.
It is. It is really fucking entitled.
Bullying me off of the system is not going to lower your taxes.
No.
I've said that before.
No, it won't lower our taxes, but you know what? We'll at least be happy knowing that someone isn't out there making YouTube videos bragging about taking our money and doing nothing for it.
It still remains true. Getting one person off of the system because you bullied them to suicide is not going to affect your taxes in any form. You're going to pay the exact same amount whether I'm alive or not. Everything that I say, y'all twist into something that it's not. I am not able to work. That is the fact that I am dealing with right now. Many of you don't believe that. That's your opinion. You do not decide how severe my illnesses are. You are not my doctor. You are not my therapist. You are not me. I'm sorry that my existence upsets so many people.
What about Roberta Law's existence, Mary? You know what, Mary? Roberta Laws is never coming back because of you.
Yep.
So, what about Roberta Law's, right to exist? What happened to that?
There is nothing I can do about that. You are going to hate me for the rest of my life, and there is absolutely no way to stop that. All I'm trying to do is be understood and live in peace.
Now, Mary, if you were just this kind of crazy homeless woman who, just made videos about putting mayonnaise in her hair, and that was it, we'd have moved on, long ago. And we'd have forgotten about you. The only reason that you continue to exist on other people's LolCow ranches is because we found out things about you that you were lying about. You lied about the death of Roberta Laws. You lied about Tara Barone. You lied about Kenneth McBride. You've lied about a lot of things, Mary. That's what's got us interested in you now. It's not the fact that you put mayo in your hair anymore. Because, if you just let that go and not said anything, that would have been it. We'd have just, let you drift off into obscurity. But now you've made yourself prime suspect number one for Roberta Law's death.
People keep saying, well, the difference is that they're entertaining and you're not. That is your opinion. You have the opinion that the other YouTubers are entertaining and I'm boring. That is your personal judgment and opinion, not everybody has the same taste in what they find entertainment. I personally do not find those other shows to be entertaining. I find them to be cruel and hateful and disturbing that so many people would find entertainment from them. That's my opinion.
People love watching train wrecks, Mary. People love watching the reason Jeff Vader, why everybody loves watching the Indianapolis 500. It's not so that you're watching a bunch of Formula One cars just going around in a circle all the time. You're watching it for the crashes. You're watching it to see those spectacular moments of failure. The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat kind of thing. That's what you're
They're
watching
just
for.
waiting
Mm-hmm.
one high speed stake that's just going to send a car into a barrier and
Yeah.
then rolling.
Yeah.
I have the right to have it. They have the right to have their hateful shows. I am not watching their shows. I am not going to their comments and saying that they need to stop, or telling people that they need to stop watching them, or they need to stop supporting them, or any of this.
Bullshit, you did that with AP's channel. You did exactly with AP's channel. Once the Mayo documentary started coming out, once people started realizing the real truth about you, that's when you started trying to shut channels down because they were interfering with your grift.
That's happening to me. Y'all are in my comments every day belittling and degrading me and trying to make me believe that I am less than human. I'm not doing that to you. I understand your viewpoint that you do not find my YouTube entertaining. Please stop watching it.
Stop making the videos then, Mary. You're the one who's in charge of the content on your YouTube channel. Stop making the fucking videos.
I am not asking any of you to watch my videos. I don't think I've ever made a single video where I ended with like and subscribe.
No, but you ended a video very recently with PayPal me/Adrasdea.
That's not what it's about. It's not. It would be nice if I got monetized, but it's not the main goal. The point here is for me to have my word, my life out there. Because for so long I lived with everybody in denial. Still in denial. My aunt is still, I'm schizoaffective, and she'll still say that I'm just lazy and spoiled. Because that's what schizoaffective is. It's laziness. And spoiled by abusive parents. Spoiled with 18 years of head lice. Spoiled going to school smelling bad. Spoiled, never having any friends, never doing any after school activities. Her kids, I think at least one of them played baseball. None of us ever played baseball. None of the Woods girls ever did anything like that, or baseball or soccer or anything. I had a soccer ball to kick around in the yard by myself because there was never anybody to play with me. We weren't allowed to have kids over because they would see how we lived. We grew up differently. Kathy wants to insist that I'm the same as her children, but we had completely different upbringings. Where her children were introduced to social activities, taught to be human beings, we were introduced to a lot of violence and anger and hatred, and taught that we were nothing, that we would never be anything. And if there was a mistake, it was our fault, and we were just horrible, awful people who didn't deserve to live. And I'm still living with that daily being beat into my head from the commenters who are supportive of my family because they don't believe that the abuse existed.
Mary, if it's all these people that you say are having a problem with you, maybe you're the problem, Mary. You know, it can't be all of these people are harassing and intimidating you. Okay? You're the one who is continuing to, play this game with us.
I'm not attacking anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. I fully understand you think that these other shows are entertaining and worthy of your money. That is fine. That is your opinion. You're allowed to have it. What you are not allowed to do is force your opinion onto other people who do not hold the same viewpoint. That's what you're trying to do. It's not fair. They have their content, I have mine. If you don't find it interesting or entertaining, you do not have to watch my videos. You can block me so that they don't show up anymore. Please, just leave. If all you want is to tear me down and hurt me, I do not need you as a subscriber. I do not want you as a subscriber. I don't want anybody here that doesn't want to be here. Just unsubscribe and stop watching my videos if you don't think I'm entertaining. You don't have the right to try to take it away from everybody else because you have the opinion that is different from other people who are on my channel and from me myself. Okay.
Mary, you could take down my channel just by stopping producing content. All right? All you have to do is just stop making these videos, and then I have nothing to review on my LolCow ranch anymore. Okay? I wouldn't even have enough of a show for Jimmy's content because he's like doing like less than one video a day now because I've got him scared back in his LolCow pen.
So we're halfway through January of 2022, and I'm not doing great, honestly.
Imagine that.
I'm just absolutely miserable. And there used to be things I could do to kind of pull out of it a little bit, but now I just kind of stay miserable. And the only reason I'm not in tears 24/7 is because of my medications.
Your medications. Do you mean your booze and your weed, Mary? Those medications?
I'm trying, I'm trying to pull out of it, but it's difficult.
Because I would think that those medications would make you want to cry more.
Just the last year of degrading, belittling, abusive stuff going on it's dragged me down. And I've said repeatedly while it was happening that it drags a soul down, and my soul has just been weighted down by all of the hatred and all of the garbage and all of the lies that have been spread to make people hate me, to cause people to want to hurt me.
Mary, you're the one getting caught in your lies. We're not the ones spreading them.
Honestly, I just want to get drunk. And I know that that's not going to fix anything. It'll just make me feel a little bit better for a couple of hours. Just like when all I wanted to do was get stoned. Getting high didn't fix my problems, it just made it bearable for a little while. Nothing seems to make it bearable for very long anymore. I'm really, really trying, but it's just, I find myself sleeping more and more and not going out, and just being in this emotionless, dead state, feeling like everybody hates me and everybody wants me to hurt and wants me to suffer for things that I didn't even do. The dogs outside are going crazy. They have been all day. They started at 7 a.m. Anyways, I want to get drunk. If somebody helps me get drunk, I will play some Zelda or something and put up while I'm drinking tonight on PayPal/Adrasdea and get a bottle of rum for $8. So, amazingly, that's the same amount that it would cost to get marijuana. It's not really that expensive, it's just, it doesn't last. It doesn't last and it doesn't really help. But it would get me through another night.
The fact that you didn't post any kind of a Zelda video after this one says that nobody gave you any money, Mary.
I felt like I needed to elaborate a little bit on the story I told the other day, because people are still not understanding the severity of the situation. I was very young and I had a high fever that was causing seizures. And y'all are laughing and saying, well, you weren't in a coma, you just were sleeping a lot because you had a high fever. I actually had minor brain damage from the fever and the seizures.
X to doubt. X to doubt. Yeah, minor brain damage. I highly doubt that.
When my grandparents left me.
Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
Basically, one of the first comments that I posted on one of the videos back when I was being nice to her, I just paraphrased. She is such a lying bitch. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Like talking about seizures that she's never had, because we would have heard about them by now.
Right.
Like, yeah, you've had them since you were 2. You had them because of a convulsion related to just overheating and having a fever. Yeah, this sounds very familiar because it happened to me. Like, you take little bits of other people's stories and you add it all to yourself, and it's just like, yeah, you're a fucking con artist.
Yeah. Caught you in another lie, Mary.
Parents that time, they had taught me how to read and write at a pretty advanced age. I was pretty good at it. After the seizure incident, I could no longer read and write. They had to reteach me everything. I didn't have any memories at all, except for Meemaw. In the hospital, I can remember waking up and seeing a cookie and a glass of orange juice next to me, and just wanting my grandmother. My mom and dad were there, but I wanted my grandmother.
A cookie and a glass of orange juice. That's exactly what they give you in a methadone clinic. Did you know that, Jeff? Cookie and a glass of orange juice. Now, I only know that from, watching the movie Permanent Midnight. So I've never actually been to any kind of clinic like that, but a cookie and a glass of orange juice. She's used to this by now.
I always wanted her.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
And at that time, she was the only thing I could even remember. All kids get sick. Not all kids suffer brain damage or amnesia because they got so sick before being taken to the hospital.
Oh, thank God we're done for the day. Okay. Jeff, any final thoughts before I wrap things up?
Just the Mary and fucking James Clark, both a couple of Lionsbergs.
Yeah.
And Mary is so fucking quiet that she was boring me to sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry if I start snoring.
Well, you know what? I hate to end the LolCow Ranch on this, but yeah, there's really just no more videos for today. And apologies to Andrew Ditch, but we simply ran out of time again. So, Jeff, thank you for your appearance on the LolCow Ranch today. And if there's more videos, I don't think that there will be, but I'll try to do like an evening wrap up later and schedule something. And I'll try to put it right in that sweet spot so I'm not overlapping AP again. Is he doing a Saturday stream?
No,
Or did last night's stream make up for that?
he usually streams Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
But yeah, so he did the Friday stream to make up for Thursday because something was wrong. I
Yeah.
noticed that everybody's stream numbers were down Thursday. Did you notice that? Everybody's, not just APs or Mersh's. Mine was down. Hatman was down. Everybody's was down
I
that day.
didn't.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, I don't really pay much attention to numbers unless I have a look at them when I hit the like button. But yeah,
Mm,
I noticed that I didn't get a notification for like many streams on Tuesday.
yeah.
No, Thursday.
Oh well, we lost the satellite link up that we had with Andrew in the hospital anyway. So, anyway, thank you all for watching Rocknar's LolCow Ranch. We'll see you all next time. What's up?
Oh, I'm just quickly checking James Clark's community tab.
Is there anything juicy there?
He's just posting.
He's just going off. Yeah, I'll get something because I gotta get some other stuff done too today. But I'll do that for an evening wrap up.
Fire beware, potentially deadly designer drugs, and push. What's that person? Donna's Pool, OTC comedy shows.
Oh, Jimmy, we'll get